So the first thing that I noticed after the walking meditation was that I came back into the hotel lobby and I was like in love with everything. Everything looked like brand new to me. Things that I had walked by earlier, I'm suddenly incredibly interested in. And there are pieces of art in this hotel. They're like worth millions of dollars. And so I would go up to a piece and I would feel, you know, what the artist was expressing in that particular piece. And then the other really, in addition to that, it was sort of like being in love, like the first time you fall in love and everything in the world looks so beautiful and so wonderful. But there's another layer to this, and that was that I was noticing that I was in love. So I was in love with love, and then I was in love with noticing that I was in love with everything. So it was like a double, you know, enjoyment and happiness. And then the second very major thing that happened to me was that when the first morning meditation at 6 a.m., I had an experience I had never had before in meditation, which was actually seeing the cosmos. It was as if I was lying on my back and I was looking up at the stars and then just moving in a vehicle quickly. And that was totally new. And so, I mean, you know, when they talked about the cosmos, I thought it was just sort of a representation. I didn't think it was actually an experience that people had. So that was amazing. But when you have these experiences, it's sort of normalized in some way. Like it's amazing and yet not amazing. And then that experience actually just became wider and greater as the week went on. I started to see in color. I started to see objects in people's hands and bodies reaching out. I would see a very great white light that started to appear just in this morning meditation this morning. There was a brighter light and brilliance, and I thought, you know, this picture is going to become clearer and clearer the more I do this. I just wanted to mention, after my initial progressive that I had done, I had manifested one of the items, one of the things that I put down on my list. I didn't have a mind movie then, but I simply wrote down, we were told to write down what we wanted. So I wrote my list on a scratch piece of paper, and before I meditated, I would take it out and look at it. And one of the things I really wanted was a dishwasher. I'd never had a dishwasher since I was a child. And my husband was dead set against it. We have a 3-family apartment building, and he did not want me to get this dishwasher because we had had a flood, and he was very frightened that the plumbing would happen. In the meditation, Dr. Cho sometimes mentions, you know, if this is truly a divine, you know, intervention, I want to know that this is indeed from the divine. So my husband got a Facebook message, which is kind of unusual because he only started, when he started meditating, he got onto Facebook. And he got a Facebook message from a friend of his that said, hey, I had a dream about you and Joy that said, I sold you a dishwasher. So of course I jumped up and said, that's the sign. We must get this dishwasher. The divine wants me to have it. So he goes to work the next day. I texted him and said, okay, you know, how about getting this dishwasher? And he said, how are we going to pay for it? Well, I had gotten a check from work, an extra check from some conference I had gone to a year before, an entire year before, for the exact amount that to buy this dishwasher and to install it. I took a picture of it. Not only did I get that dishwasher in 1 week, but my husband happily ordered it for me, and it was installed and everything worked out beautifully. So I just can't wait for the next thing to occur. Thank you.